Hey guys and gals, Malkuth1974 back at you for another episode of Let's Play my single mod survival, where I take a single mod, in this case, as I've said in every episode, into the Industrial Craft 2, and use it as the majority of my main method of manipulating the world of Minecraft in modded Minecraft. I have added a few other mods to help back it up, so technically it's not really just one mod, but hey, it's pretty darn close. So anyway, today guys, we're gonna get into nuclear power, and let me just say that I have updated some of my IC2 builds, and I have noticed from a previous episode that something has changed that is no longer valid for this episode, and that is that the chaff will not. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. What's that gonna make? Oh, it's gonna make sand. Awesome. I can't find it anyway. But sugarcane will not directly go into the macerator anymore to make chaff. So now you actually have to make the plant ball now, or what is it called? Let me take a look here. We will looky and get things rolling here. Or did I use it all up? Did I use up all my stuff? Of course I did. I don't think I have any more sugarcane left, guys. Let's run up here. Hopefully we don't get attacked by zombies. We'll grab a few of these sugarcanes. We don't need all that many. Go down here. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. We're gonna pretty much outsource you guys pretty soon here. Of course, I'm talking about my windmills. Alright, so in a pattern, you put the sugar canes, or any actually kind of plant type matter, into an 8 circle, you know, kind of like you're making a, what do you call it? A chest, and you'll get a plant ball. And that plant ball can then be put into the macerator. And turned into chaff. So you can also tell that I've moved things around a little bit. I have totally gotten rid of the other power source I had here, which was a heat source running off coal. So now all I have is this power source running. And pretty soon this will be outdated also, because I plan on installing a nuclear reactor. Now this is the door to the nuclear reactor. And this is from Project Red. And I did install Project Red for I can get the lights, because I do like the lights, and I can get the red alloy wire. This will go. This is the new area that goes down to my reactor room. And I got a couple of reinforced doors. The area is also reinforced with reinforced stone, and I also have 2 layers of reinforced stone on this facing wall, and there's only 1 layer on this facing wall, this facing wall, this facing wall, and going up, and there's none on the bottom because you don't really need it. If the reactor blows up, going down does not really bother me. So to show you guys how reinforced stone works, just so we get this out of the way for this episode, it has changed in IC2 experimental. It's no longer a crafting recipe. You actually have to use CF spray to make it, and I'll go over that real quick if I can find my CF sprayer. Where are you? I didn't put you in here, did I? No, of course not. Did I leave you in here? No. Well, I'll look for it. I'll be right back. So I'm back, and I have my CF sprayer. You guys can look up the NEI recipes right in the game. I know I show them, but I think it's just wasting time showing you guys the recipes right now, because it's just simple enough. You can look them up in NEI, and it'll show you how to do it. So that is a CF sprayer, and to fill the CF sprayer with construction foam, which is what we need to actually help make what we need to make, you need to have CF powder. And to make CF powder, you need dust, and stone dust is made in the thermal centrifuge. It's a natural product of pretty much everything you put in here, but if you want more of it, all you'd have to do is put cobblestone in there, and it'll directly make stone dust for you. You'll also get it by a byproduct of actually doing uranium and other stuff like that. And to make this CF powder, all you need is to have that crafting recipe, and you'll get your CF powder. And to actually turn the CF powder into a liquid form, you need the fluid solid canning machine again. You can tell I disconnected some things here for I can do this real quick. And it needs to be in fluid enrich mode. Put it in the middle like that, and then you need water, regular water, not distilled water, to be put in there like so. And the tricky part, this is the tricky part that caught me off guard. What's going to happen here is that all of this is going to be turned into construction foam. Hope I have. Yeah, I should. Yep, so it's being made right there. So I'll let this finish. I'll be right back. When everything's done and this tank right here is empty, what you need to do is you need to put your the CF sprayer up there, and you'll notice nothing's happening. Well, that's because our construction foam is on the wrong side of the canning machine. I don't know if this is just a bad mechanic or how they just, it's just an annoyance, but you actually need to take back your universal cell. You need to hold the shift button or the sneak button. You need to right click on the machine until you get all of your foam out of there. So now I have 5 of these, and when you have these 5 of these, you again have to shift or sneak click on the machine to fill the other side, and now you can see it's on the other side, and then you just change it to drain from cell into tank, and it'll take all this fluid and put it into the CF sprayer. And there you go. Actually, no, I did it backwards, sorry. Never goes right. I just put it back into there. Drain from fill cell. Thank you. That's what we want. Let me see if I can get that back. I need 11 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that right? Yep. Alright, here we go. Let me put this all back in there. It's because, again, it's taking some that doesn't want it. Just be careful when you do this because it can cause issues sometimes. I must have, yeah, I must have filled it up. I did. Alright, so once you get your gun all filled up, to make the hardened stone, reinforced hardened stone, or whatever that was down there, you need to actually have iron scaffolding. And again, you can look this up in NEI if you want. I'm going to grab 8 of them and make your wall or whatever it is that you're trying to do. See this. And then just take your gun. Oops. Don't do that though. And that's it. If you actually look at the thing, it says reinforced construction foam. We'll come back to this at a later time. We'll just let it dry up for now. It takes a little bit of time. But right now, let's actually just get into doing the nuclear power that we want to do. So last episode, we had issues with getting poisoned. So what I was missing was just the rubber boots. That was the only thing I was missing. So as long as you have... I knew there was boots. Rubber boots, hazmat suit, scuba gear. You can take uranium and you'll be completely safe. Now this containment box is another interesting thing. How this works is that I can carry all that around without a suit on because the stuff is inside the suit. I can even open this up, but don't take it out, because if you take it out, you'll get poisoned. So unless you have your suit on, which we're going to put back on, make sure I put the right thing on, and there we go. So one of the things we need to make nuclear power work is what's called fuel rods, and there's different fuel rods. The basic set fuel rod right now is the uranium rod, and I'll get into like the MOX rods and all those other stuff. Those are like you gotta make all the other rods with the byproduct of a uranium rod. So we need to actually start doing this first before we can actually get into the more interesting rods. But the nuclear reactor I'm going to be using uses 6 of these. So we can put this back. And to make these, I'll show you guys that real quick too. I will grab, I got 6. I'll grab 5 more for I can have enough for my next time. To make these, all you need is the solid canning machine. And you put the uranium 238 or whatever you want to call it. Actually, no, it has to be. That's wrong. I grabbed the wrong stuff. Sorry. I'm jumping ahead of myself here. You need enriched uranium to actually make these stick together. There you go. To make an enriched uranium, there. Uranium. Where are we? Okay. Enriched. You need to take the regular uranium and 6 of them and mix them with a tiny pile like that in a crafting recipe, and you get all that when you actually break down the uranium in your thermal centrifuge. You get actually a hell of a lot more of the uranium than you do the tiny stuff, so it's a very strange process. I'm sure it is numbered right, but for now you get a lot more of look how much uranium I have compared to the tiny pile, and so that's definitely a concern of mine, but I'm not too concerned about it right now. So there we go, and we have all of our uranium rods. Let me put those back so I don't accidentally do anything. So the next time I do this, I'll have 6. There we go. So the next thing we need is to actually make the nuclear reactor. And those have been the same since the beginning of time, I believe. This is the nuclear reactor. I'm only making one right now. I'm not going to make the multi-block 6 one, just the one, and I'll show you why in a little bit. But what you need is the reactor chambers, and the reactor chambers are made just like that. Just read NEI, how you can do it. And I'm going to grab what I need to make the nuclear reactor. Should go just like that. And now I have a nuclear reactor. I'm also going to need the component heat vents. I'm going to need 3 of those. And you're going to need this if you're going to copy this. You're going to need 2 of the component heat exchangers. And you're going to need 7 of the overclocked heat vents. Most of the stuff costs just iron, gold, and copper, so it's not all that expensive once you get set up. And this reactor setup will actually make a complete. These will be used all the time. They won't be destroyed at all. You can get the recipe. You can get the reactor layout from the IC2 forums. That's where I got this one, and I'll show you how I do it down here. Let's get some power going. So obviously I already have most of this room already laid out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this right on top just like that. And so when this opens up, since I only have the 1 core in here, that means I only have 3 of the columns open. If I were to add some more of those reactor chambers, which are these, I would be able to open 1 for each chamber I added. So you can have a total number of 6, and then you can make a pretty hefty nuclear reactor for IC2 if you did it that way. But we're not going to do that, so let's not worry about it. So this is the layout. We need the 6 completely on the bottom, and then I need the overclocker there, overclocker like that. It's kind of like an hourglass shape. So your overclockers go just like that. You then need your component heat valves like this, and then you need the component heat exchangers in between like that. Let me double check, make sure this is right. That is the way it goes. So all we need now, I do need to set this up. I do have this lighting. I wanted to set this up because I do want to set this up. Maybe I should make this go through the back. This is again, this is just Project Red alloy wire, and I need to go grab. Oh man! Oh crap! I don't have my jetpack on. Let's see, go like this, like this. Let me go get some more of that stuff. And we'll get this thing on. The light is just to tell me that the reactor's on. I'm going to do a lot more stuff with it once I get some more supplies. Oh, and there we go, the reinforced stone. We'll come back to that. And we're going to put that just like that. And that's it. The way you turn on a nuclear reactor in IC2 is that you just have a lever on it, and you flick the lever, and it will turn on. So we'll see how this goes. Nuclear power is on. Core temp should not go up too high. Should just go to 1. You can see it's outputting 100 EU per tick. And the exchangers should completely heal themselves, because that's what the component heat exchangers are doing, and the component heat vents. And the core temp should never go above 1%. This is a completely safe reactor. And I believe it lasts for 8 hours of in-game time when these fuel rods would be depleted. So there we go. We got our first reactor up. It's a good first reactor to run if you don't want to risk having issues. Now you got my lights are on. That tells me my reactor's on. That's nice. We're still at 1%. Good. There we go. We'll shut these reinforced doors. And even if this reactor blew up, it would still cause some significant damage, because I believe they changed the values of how everything worked. So it used to be that one thick wall would pretty much do it, but right now I believe 2 thick walls will stop a reactor. This way I only have 1. This way I only have 1. This way I only have 1. Up is only 1, but this way I actually have 3. So it should save this pretty much my base and this hallway. If it blows, everything else might have some issues, but this should not blow up at all. We should not have any issues with that at all. So there we go. I should have quite a nice power supply going now for IC2. You know, that again, that's just the basic, the first step in doing power for IC2. I got my lights on. Reactor on if red light's on. This should be charging up. If it's not, then there's a problem. Might not have the wires hooked up correctly either. I kind of just threw the wires together. Oh, that's definitely charging up. One way I can tell is if I go put my oh, don't do that. I don't have... Let me put my nuclear stuff back away. I'll take this stuff off. I'll put it away. And let me take this. And I can turn it all back on. That way I can fly. Probably should charge my jetpack. That's good for now. We're not going anywhere. There we go. Reconnect this. We should have that going. Now 100 EU should definitely cover what that is pushing out. If it's not, then my stuff is, yeah, so there we're definitely getting power. It's just we're not charging the power plant's battery bank, because it's all coming here to charge this one. So that's cool. All right. Still barely holding on, but that That quarry definitely sucks up a lot of power, so we definitely have to deal with that. Alright, so reinforced stone. You still actually, believe it or not, this calls for reinforced stone actually is used in recipes, and so you'll actually have to make this outside like this, and then if you break it, it's just like obsidian. It takes forever to break, but if you break it, you'll have your reinforced stone for you can use it in some of the crafting recipes that IC2 still requires you to have. So if you're wondering how to make reinforced stone, that is the ticket right there. So we still have a lot of stuff to cover. I know, you guys, I've been covering a lot of, basically, it's a Let's Play, but it's also covering a lot of the machines in IC2. And I haven't actually even gotten to even half of them yet, really. But the episodes for this series might slow down just a little bit because it's going to take me a while to get things set up and going and doing stuff like that. I mean, I'll be making maybe a couple episodes a week for this series, but that's about it. It's going to definitely be slowed down from what it was doing, and well, that's about it. So there you go. I got nuclear power. You got some reinforced stone for some future reference. So that's about it, guys. I'm gonna play with this. I'm gonna start getting into some of the other stuff that nuclear power has to offer. Unfortunately for me, I actually have to wait until I can go any further. I have to let this reactor give me some depleted uranium before I can actually start doing other things. So we'll just check this out, make sure she's still running good at 1%, still putting out 100 EU per tick, and we're still doing good. So as always, guys, this is Malkuth1974. Thanks for watching. Comment, rate, and all that good stuff. Malkuth out.